Army of Darkness Forever, issue number 2 from Dynamite Comics. So this is where we finally get to do all original stuff. I did a review for the first issue. I kind of complained that it was basically nothing but a bunch of recaps of the Army of Darkness movie. Yeah, this is where we finally get to go in some new territory. And we are going to be having multiple versions of Ash, I guess. I guess we have 2 different versions that spawned from the 2 different endings that were originally created for the movie. So for anyone who doesn't know about that and anyone who didn't see my first video, basically Army of Darkness has 2 endings. One of them is when Ash says the lines he takes a potion, he says the lines, and he's supposed to wake up back in his timeline. Instead, he wakes up in the far future where everything is destroyed. It's like post-apocalyptic, where he basically like yells, "I slept for too long," and that ending ended up getting cut. And then the ending that we got was where he does get sent back to his time, where he's back at the S Smarts, and the place gets attacked by a Deadite, and he kills it, saves the girl, and gets a kiss from her, and that's how it ends. So we're actually going to be having 2 timelines now based off of those 2 endings. And we start off with the first timeline in the year 2093, where we see Ash in this post-apocalyptic world where he's fighting a bunch of evil robots that are powered by the Deadites. I don't know. They're just giant evil robots with like skull themes, and they're shooting what looks like green ghosts out of their cannons and stuff. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be like the Deadites have somehow been able to merge with machines. But yeah, eventually he destroys a bunch of the robots, and then that's when another robot grabs him, and he's getting ready to fight it when he sees a message. I guess a hologram pops out, and it's of the wise man. The wise man's like, thank the spirits, I finally found you. I need you to follow me before it's too late. And then that's when we cut to the other Ash in 1993, where he's in the workers' lounge, and he's about to get it on with his female coworker when his male coworker keeps bothering him. Like he shows up, he's like, "Hey, someone made a mess in the bathroom. I need you to clean it." And then we just kind of get this funny moment where he has a fantasy of using a chainsaw to lop off his coworker's head and then have sex with his female coworker as they're bathing in blood. But no, instead he follows orders, goes to the bathroom, and is cleaning up piss and crap. And he sees a reflection of Bad Ash in the mirror. And Bad Ash is just like, look at you, dude. Like, just last week, you were leading an army into battle. You were a warrior, a god. And now you're literally cleaning up shit. Like, you're pathetic. And that's when this fat dude shows up. And he's like, is this bathroom out of order? Like, yeah, there's a sign out front that says out of order. And the guy's like, these S-Smart chili dogs, they're dangerous. I feel like I'm going to burst. And all of a sudden the guy starts acting kind of weird. Like he's like, he starts saying like, "Oh my God, what is that? Please no." And then he screams and there's like blood pouring out. So did this guy just basically shit out a bunch of blood because of the chili dogs? Or did Ash attack him? Like what's going on? And I'm going to stop it there. There's more. Like we cut to the past where we see Sheila and a ritual and stuff, but I don't want to go over everything. I will say that this issue was okay. It felt really fast. Like I got through this issue like really quickly. It doesn't really feel like much happens. And once again, it feels like we're just kind of doing setups. And I really feel like this could have been just part of issue 1. Like issue 1, we didn't need a huge recap of everything that happened in Army of Darkness, because I figure anyone who's reading this comic book series has probably already watched Army of Darkness, you would think. I don't know much people who would be reading Evil Dead comics if they weren't a fan of Evil Dead and have already seen the movies. So, yeah, I don't feel like we needed the entire issue to just be a giant recap of Army of Darkness. And because of that, because they ended up doing that, we get another issue that just, it feels like we're still just doing setup. Like this really feels like it could have just been part of issue number 1. Like you could have had maybe like 1/3 of issue 1 just be a really quick recap where we have Ash gets sent to the past, starts as a slave, frees himself, leads an army to fight the Deadites, and then have it where one part of him gets sent to the future and the other part gets sent back to his regular timeline. And then the other 2/3 could be following those two characters. Maybe we see like what we see here, where we see the future Ash fighting robots and stuff, and then we can see the 1993 Ash basically cleaning up crap and just is like this is his life. Like he gave up being a king so that he could be a janitor, basically a glorified janitor. And then that could have been like its own thing. Like we could have just gone from there. Otherwise, it feels like not much has been going on in this issue so far, in this series so far, I should say. Issue 1 is just a big recap. Issue 2 just feels like a little bit more setup, but not enough for an entire issue. Like I feel like a lot of what was set up in this issue can be really condensed down into like a few pages. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed because I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. I love Army of Darkness, so I will say Evil Dead 2 is actually my favorite in the series. I know a lot of people say Army of Darkness. While I do like Army of Darkness, I'm not really the biggest fan of how they made Ash into a complete joke with Army of Darkness. Like Bruce Campbell nails the comedy, I won't lie about that, but I prefer the way Ash is in Evil Dead 2, where he's still serious, but he has like a little bit of comedy. Like Evil Dead 2 has a perfect mix of serious horror and comedy, whereas Army of Darkness just completely gets rid of the horror and just goes full blown comedy. And I just always like the more horror aspect. So I don't know why I'm rambling about that. I guess what I'm just trying to say is that I love the franchise in general. I was really looking forward to more Evil Dead comics. And I won't say that I hate this, but I guess I'm just a little bit disappointed because it could be a lot better. I don't know. Hopefully number 3 like really picks things up. I feel like right now it's too slow, which doesn't really make sense for an Evil Dead series. Evil Dead is, if you can say one thing about Evil Dead, it's not slow. It hits the ground running pretty quickly. And yeah, this just feels like we're just like dragging ass to get things to happen. So yeah, this was kind of a disappointment. I would give this like a 5 out of 10. It's just a C. It's an average issue. Not good, not bad, just is. So there you go. There's Army of Darkness Forever, issue number 2 from Dynamite Comics. I hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.